A man who shot a dad of two dead in a residential street in broad daylight has been given a life sentence. Reuben Murphy from Newton-le-Willows worked with accomplice Ben Doyle to kill Patrick Boyle outside a house in Newway in Huyton on Thursday, July 1, last year. Murphy, 26, was the masked gunman who pulled the trigger on the semi-automatic pistol that fired 2 bullets into Patrick Boyle's chest around 5:55 p.m. Mr. Boyle, 26, was shot twice in the chest. He was taken to hospital but was sadly pronounced dead a short time later. Boyle was with Murphy in the build-up to the shooting, assisting him beforehand, taking him to very close to the scene, and regrouping with him in the aftermath. Murphy, of Oak Avenue, Newton-le-Willows, and Ben Doyle, 24, of Lime Grove, Huyton, had both been found guilty of murder, possessing a firearm with intent to endanger life, and possessing ammunition with intent to endanger life at an earlier hearing in May. Murphy was today jailed at Liverpool Crown Court for life to serve a minimum of 31 years, while Doyle was jailed for life to serve at least 27 years. Meanwhile, Thomas Walker, 20, of no fixed address, admitted possessing ammunition with a certificate on a date before the shooting. He was sentenced today to 2 years in prison. Detective Chief Inspector Steve McGrath said. This was a cold and calculated act which resulted in the murder of a dad of 2 on a street in broad daylight. Reuben Murphy and Ben Doyle continued to deny their involvement in Patrick Boyle's death, forcing his family and friends to endure a criminal trial played out in public. They will now spend a considerable amount of time behind bars for their actions. This case shows all too well the grim reality of arming yourself with a gun, and I hope that it acts as a deterrent for others thinking of doing the same. Not only have the actions of Murphy and Doyle on that night resulted in the untimely death of a young man, but it has had a massive impact on their victims' children, family and friends, as well as their own family and friends. He added. Gun crime is never acceptable, and Merseyside Police will continue to do everything in its powers to find the people carrying and using firearms and bringing them to justice. I would like to take this opportunity to thank the investigation team and the Crown Prosecution Service for bringing this case to a successful conclusion. Rest in peace, Patrick Boyle.